Approval of the agenda, please. Councillor.
Yes.
All in favor? Confirmation of the minutes. Councillor Tozo, Councillor Shaves, all in favor? Passes. Disclosure of pecuniary interest. None. Any delegations?
Nope.
None. Any briefings? None. Business 17A1, Kingston Heritage Properties Committee. We have one appointment, one applicant and one appointment. Anybody against this person?
No.
Okay, so let's vote in favor. All in favor. Number one is approved.
We'll do just a confirmatory vote at the end. Just make sure I've got the names right. It'll be a bit more complicated later on, but sounds good.
Okay. Appeals Committee. We need 3 people. And we have 10 applicants. So, yes,
I nominate Blaine, but
Blaine Fudge. Any other nominations?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you, Tara Kainer and Todd Storms.
Storms, good. Anybody else? Okay, I'm going to also suggest Robert Knox. All right, so we have 4. You got a choice of 3. Please raise your hands. For Mr. Blaine Fudge. 4. For Tara Kainer. 5. For Robert Knox.
Three votes to get 3 again.
you get 3.
And Todd Storms. 5. So I think we can say that Todd Storms and Tara Kainer are on. And I suspect we know what it's going to go, but I think we have to go to a second vote with Mr. Fudge. And Mr. Knox.
No, he has a majority.
He has a majority?
Or
4 out of 6. I guess that'll work. Okay.
4 out of 5, I guess, in this case. So
Okay, so we pass that.
sounds good.
Kingston Taxi Commission.
you go on where you want to live.
Sorry, yes, you actually do have the ability to do a it's called the reserve pool. I'll remind you for any sort of term vacancy. So thank you, Councillor Shaves.
Okay, so anybody have any objection to the only other person that's shortlisted? Okay, so Robert Knox as a shortlist. Kingston Area Taxi Commission, 5 people are needed. We have 6. Anybody want to suggest who they don't want? No. Okay, no, it's not good. Okay, so let's take recommendations, please. Councilor Ramos.
I'm gonna recommend the first 4
4
and the 6th.
and 6. Anybody else?
No.
You can see number 5. Okay, now we've got everybody. There wasn't anybody on any of the addendums, are there?
No, the addendums were only for accessibility.
Okay. All right, so you get 5 votes. Number 1, Joseph. Okay. It's 5. Simon Chappelle. 4. Joseph Dowser. 4. Stephen Fraser. 4. Dennis Robinson. 4. Michael Wilkinson. 3. Okay, well, Mr. Joseph Abreu is on. Okay, we got 4 votes and we got to go through a second.
No, we have to just go between Dennis Robinson, Mr. Chair, through you.
So we've got 4 4s and 1 3. They've all
So all the 4s get on, and then the 3 does.
is off. All right, let's do it that way.
Would that be you?
So
Mr.
just
Michael Wilkinson is off.
Yeah, I'll just sort of confirm what I have here based on the votes. Is I had Joseph Abreu with 5, and then I had Simon Chappelle number 2 with 4 votes, Joseph Dowser number 3 with 4 votes, Stephen Fraser number 4 with 4 votes, and then I think I had the last 2 with 3 votes each. I don't know if I got those
I
ones.
got 4 for number 5 and
I didn't vote for.
So let's confirm for, I guess maybe we could re-vote for Dennis Robinson then.
Okay.
Is that okay, Mr. Chair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Dennis Robinson. 2. Yeah, well, that reverses everything.
So that wasn't the original.
Are we voting exactly or?
No,
No,
just-
no.
yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Robinson is definitely up. He did not even get, he got the least amount of votes. And we have Michael Wilkinson with 3 votes. Out of 5, that passes. Out of 6, it does not. How do you feel, Mr.
Well, Councillor Hassan is not here right now, so it would be up to the committee whether or not that's considered a majority, or if you want to do a re-vote between, or like a runoff vote between the final 2 candidates then.
All the
think
five?
that's fine.
Three is fine. So
Yeah.
reversing that, it's now Dennis Robinson that's off and on the wait list,
Okay,
and Michael Wilkinson, who is on the committee.
so just to confirm, the four incumbents were selected, numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as Michael Wilkinson, and then Dennis Robinson is on the reserve pool.
Yes.
Okay, I also just, Councilor Hassan emailed me, I resent him this Zoom link, so hopefully he will be able to join us.
Frontenac Housing Corporation, we need 5 people. Nominations.
Mr. Chair, for you, I'll nominate Roxanne Golami, Brian Hamburg, Joan Jardin, Judy Kirkpatrick. Do you say the number? Oh, and Liz Shell, number. What is it?
2,
2, 3, 5, 8, and 13.
Okay, anybody else wish to nominate? Yes.
number 15 and number 16.
Stephen Silver and Nancy South. Anyone else? Okay. You had 5 votes. Let's start with Ms. Roxanne Golami. Brian Hamburg, 5. Joan Chardin, 5. Judy Kirkpatrick, 2. Liz Shell, 4. Stephen Silver, 2. Nancy South, 3. Okay, so the first 3, 2, 3, and 5, Roxanne Golami, Brian Hamburg, and Joan Jardin are on. And Stephen Silver and Judy Kirkpatrick are off for having the lowest number of votes, leaving Liz Shell and Nancy South for the next set of votes.
Well, it's 5, so
Oh,
would
do
it
we?
be, yeah, there's 5 representatives, so you have 3, so in theory,
Yeah, okay. let's
Michelle
keep
and
it that
Nancy
way.
South, unless you want to do a runoff with the remaining 4.
If I may,
Yes,
could we just add in Liz Shell since she has 4?
Yeah, she has full
Majority of,
in which case, sure.
Yeah.
Anybody want to vote against or want to do a third vote? Sorry, another vote on the last 3?
So who do we have in right now? Sorry.
We
Mr.
have
Chair?
2, Roxanne, 3, Brian, 5, Joan, and 13, Liz.
And we have 1 left.
So
have
one
one left.
person to appoint and then perhaps a reserve pool?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's left, so we're voting on now,
So we are voting. In that case, it would be on 8, 15, and 16.
so we each get 1 vote? Is that
We each
correct?
get 1 vote.
Okay,
Okay.
got it. Sorry, I was just looking for clarity.
No worries. Okay, Judy Kirkpatrick. 3. I think that pretty settles it, but anyway, Stephen Silver. And Nancy South, 2. So Judy Kirkpatrick wins on that one. So we now have to confirm with the clerk. Number 2, Roxanne, number 3, Brian, number 5, Joan Jardin, number 8, Judy, and number 13, Liz Shell.
Correct, and then the other 2, I'll just ask, is there any objection to them going into the reserve pool?
Sorry, Mr. Chair, can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
So, we're assigning these people to this committee. I know that in the past, they have requested that, can we assign years of service for that board? Because it ranged from 1, 2, or 3 years that could be assigned.
Yeah, the years are typically determined by staff based
Oh,
on
okay.
to ensure that there's continuity as well as depending on how much time people have left before they reach their maximum 6-year term.
Yeah, because,
So,
There are some people who we think would be good for longer term appointments.
yeah, and they didn't do that last time. They only assigned 1-year terms. So I wasn't
Okay.
sure if they were leaving it to our discussion to do that, or they were doing it themselves. So it
Well-
sounds like they're doing it themselves.
it's an internal staff discussion between KFHC and clerk's department just to determine it, but I mean, when it gets to council,
Mhm.
there is the potential to amend it if you wish, so.
Okay.
I just think for continuity's sake.
Yeah.
It's important to have more than 1-year terms.
Yes, agreed. Sometimes it's, yeah, no, you're right. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, Equity, Diversity, Inclusion Committee, we need 7. There's 10 applicants. Nominations, please, or shortlist nominees. Councilor Ramos.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9.
Anybody else? Councilor Chinani?
Ten.
And anyone else? Okay, so we got a choice of 7, and there are 8. You can vote for all but 1. Okay, number 1, Nadia Arabi. All right, that's 5.
Yep.
Joseph Adebayo. Jury G's Al Shamar. 5. Vian Garabadian. 2. Harold Holt. 2.
I think a
Three.
third hand went up.
Sorry, my hand went up.
Yep.
No, sorry.
No, actually, I didn't mean. to.
Number 7, Abraham Chirakos. 3. Mohammed Zain Mustafa. 4. And Duane Wayneman. Okay, so I have 5 for the first 3, 1, 2, 3. And number 9 has also got 4. Number 5 and number 10 got 2 each. Number 6 and number 7 got 3. Is the committee comfortable with number 5 and number 10 dropping off as having the lowest number of votes? And if that's the case, then we have the proper amount, since 3 is a majority of 5.
You'll be short 1 still if you put number 6 in and number 7, because you need 7 and that would give you 6.
Okay, and let's do a runoff vote between number 5 and number 10.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, through you, can we actually appoint more youth delegates as opposed to?
The
regular
only
delegates?
issue we have there, I had this discussion through you, Mr. Chair, is we don't know the youth exact age, and if they're over 18, that's fine, but if they're under the age of 18, then they technically can't serve as an adult member because they need, or as a standard member, I'll say, because they need to be over and above that.
Because there's 2 of them that have their ages 18 to 24.
Oh, they listed that under the okay, then I'll
Sorry, who were those guys? I know Sarah G. Hay Kane is 1. Who else did you guys recall? It's not Coomer. I believe
No.
she's in grade 10, I think.
2
or
and
11.
3, and 3 is in grade 11.
3's in grade 11. So what about Megan? Yes, she's been to
Megan.
university.
Mhm. Very interesting.
So if okay, so we have a possibility of a runoff between number 5 and number 10. And does the committee wish to add number 1 and number 4 from the youth applicants?
Well, before we do that, may I say something?
Yes.
Considering this is EDI. Number 10, Dwayne Wayman is the only Indigenous applicant. So we would not have any Indigenous representation if he wasn't on the committee.
Okay, good point.
That's a fair point.
Yep. I think we're comfortable, Mr. Chair, through you, I think we're comfortable having 1 youth applicant and. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 6 on already. I believe we confirmed.
yeah,
that,
just
yes.
confirming that the 2 people who received 3 votes, then the committee is okay with, which is number 6, Harold Holt, number 7, Abraham Kiribose.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
So we need 1 more, and now we're suggesting that we choose between number 5, number 10, number 1, and number 4 of the youth applicants, or do we want to go straight to number 10?
Through you, Mr. Chair, I'd like to nominate number 10.
Okay, anybody else? All right, so then that's by acclamation, we'll put number 10 as.
As the 7th and final
Yes.
standard member, we'll say.
Yes.
Okay,
And
Should, sorry, Mr. Chair, should we do a reserve pool for that? Since there is 1 person that was left that didn't get put in.
You okay with that? Number 5?
if the committee's okay with that, that's
I'm okay with it.
procedurally okay.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody have any objections to number 5 being added on as a reserve?
No.
Okay. Youth applicants. Yes,
Then nominate Ilya Toblo. Number.
number 3.
Mhm.
Anyone else?
I'd like to nominate number 2.
And I would like to nominate number 1. Anybody else want to nominate number 4? No? You get 1 vote, everybody. Number 1.
Oh. Two for number 1.
Number 2. 2.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, 1. Okay. So it looks like I think we can knock off number 3 and we'll have a runoff vote for number 1 and number 2. Number 1, Sarah G. Number 2, Ablika Kumar. 4. So Miss Ablika Kumar will be added on the.
Through you, Mr. Chair, can we add the second youth representative as a reserve?
Reserved for the youth?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. It's always good to have a backup.
Both of them or just one of them?
Mr. Chair, through you, can we actually, is there a limitation of how many people can be on that committee?
Yes, it that does needs to follow the terms of reference, which is specific to the number that is outlined here.
Okay.
Okay.
So are we okay with two youth reserves in the order, number 1 and then number 3 based on the number of votes?
Yep.
Okay. Municipal Accessibility Advisory Committee, number 7.
And this is the one I'll remind the committee, there were 2 applications on the addendum, so.
Oh, that's right. You got the addendum with you, or you recall their
I
name?
do recall the names, so it was Ramirez and Palmer Nash, which Councillor Shades was kind enough to have as well.
Okay. All right, so we have 9 nominees. Sorry, 9 possible nominees. Anybody want to shortlist them? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you, I'd like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 9.
You can only nominate 7.
Oh, 7. Okay, sorry. Number 1, number 2.
Well, if you don't say number, the last one, I'll nominate. the last
Yeah,
one.
I'll not nominate the last one.
Pretty much have
Everybody except Michael Judd. Okay. Number 1, Kim Atwood. Mercedes Agustian. Andrea Fitzgerald. 5. Renee Hart. 5. Megan Quinn. 1. Amanda Stolok. Number 8, Ramirez.
Palmer Nash,
Pardon?
Mr. Chair, is number 8, Amanda Palmer Nash, sure.
No, did I do it the other way around?
Yeah, I had it the other way around too, so I guess Palmer Nash is first on the addendum.
Paul.
Yeah, I just was scribbling them down, which
No.
would make sense, so
So Paul,
that.
change that to 8,
8, Palmer Nash,
and number 9 then is
Ramirez.
Ramirez. Okay, so number 8, Paul. Ramesh, 4. And number 9, Ramirez, 4 as well. Okay, so I count 5 for number 3, 5 for number 4, and 5 for number 7.
Mhm.
I count 1 for number 6, so we can drop her off.
And do the other ones have 4?
The other ones have 4, and I think that's enough for the committee. Number 7.
Mr. Chair?
Yes,
Do you want to put number 6 in the reserve pool?
of course.
Okay, I'll just confirm the names here in 1 second. Okay, so the numbers I have going through as provisionally elected, number 1, Atwood, number 2, Augustin, number 3, Fitzgerald, number 4 Hart, number 5 Stoke, number 8 Palmer Nash, number 9 Ramirez, and then number 6 Quinn is on the reserve pool.
Sound good?
Okay.
And I think we can acclaim number 1 for the youth applicant.
Yep.
Ready to vote? Okay.
Oh, I think Hassan is here now.
Okay.
I just want to.
Moving to Arts Advisory Committee, Youth. We have a choice of 2. Yes,
Mr. Chair, I'd like to nominate number 2.
yes. Anybody else?
Councillor Hassan has.
Okay, seeing none, I guess. Yes, are you okay there, Councillor Hassan?
You're on mute right now.
I'll nominate number 1 if I can, that we.
Okay, so let's do that.
Sorry. Yes, I'm okay with them. I'm okay. I
Okay,
can hear you
so
now.
we're voting on number 1 now. You get 1 vote. And number 2. Okay, 5. Councillor Hassan voted. Okay, so that's unanimous.
Okay.
Sarah G.
So, Mr. Chair, so, can we have Rachel as a?
Yep.
reserve?
Okay.
Housing and Homelessness Advisory Committee, we need 1 and we have 1. Any objections? No? All right, let's assign her. Or I shouldn't assume.
Blame them.
Yeah. We all okay with that?
Mhm.
Okay. It's an environmental advisory youth forum. We need 1, we have 2. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Anybody wish to nominate? Yes, go ahead.
I will nominate Zachary Tyfair.
Good. Yes, the other one.
Yes, but
All right. We're gonna vote number 1 first. Maggie McDonald, all in favor? 2. Number 2, Zachary Tyfer. And that's 4. So Zachary Tyfer is on and Maggie McDonald as the, anybody object to pool?
All these talks of a pool, we're gonna get points.
Okay, Rural Advisory Committee Youth, we have 1 and we have
you know what?
1 space. Any objections? Okay, that's a claim. Are we done?
Yes,
Look, quicker than the last 2.
oh, the 2 that didn't get any nominations?
No, I mean, this meeting's a lot quicker than the previous
Oh, the
2
last
meetings.
2, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think all we would require then is a confirmation vote for all of them. And as I had mentioned earlier, if the committee would consent to allowing these to go on the addendum for the November 21st meeting.
We need a motion for that?
Yeah, we'll just get a mover and a seconder and then a vote. to confirm.
Councillor Tozo and Councillor Chinani,
All right,
all in favor? Passes unanimously. Any other motions you need?
no, we can just go through the rest of the agenda.
Did you want to make a motion on your concern?
I can start.
Oh, regarding KFHC in the
Oh,
year.
yes. Just a recommendation or a motion that,
It doesn't need to be an official, like sorry, we can repeat the discussion on this.
yeah,
specifically.
I just want to see some of the individuals either assigned a 2 or 3-year term as opposed to the typical, what happened this year, a 1-year term. There's no continuity. I mean, we're
Yeah.
essentially loading up a brand new board.
Mhm.
And I think for the organization's own protection.
Yeah.
They need to have staggered claims.
Yep, and I think staff can ensure that that happens. That's not necessarily direction because that is allowable under it. So it's sufficient for me to receive that. And then I'll say that was our intention this year as well, is to stagger it better. So yeah.
Are you satisfied then?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, through you, if I could further make a recommendation to staff, is that 2 of the incumbents that we appointed were quite effective, I found on Kingston Frontenac Housing.
Yes.
Those extended, I think Councillor Amos and I would recommend to staff that those 2, there's a few new ones coming on, which I think is good for a board, but the longer those 2 incumbents can be on, they're back on for a reason.
Yep, and if I may through you, Mr. Chair, typically that is the strategy is once somebody has been on there and has been reappointed, which shows that they've become an effective committee member, they are given a longer term.
Okay.
So Yes, all that can be taken care of, and I appreciate you passing along the concern.
Okay,
Okay, any other business? Any notices of motion? Any correspondence? Yes. And time of next meeting at the call of the chair, which will not be next time. Vote for adjournment. Okay, Councillor Tozo, Councillor Ramos. All in favor? All done. Thank you.
Thanks for joining, Jimmy.
thanks,
We're done.
Enjoy Pakistan.
Don't smile.
These locked.
I think.
Do you want to stop the live stream? Oh, you're-